Hello everybody, welcome to this instruction video. In this video I'd like to show you how to do part 4 of the Enigma blanket, and part 4 is the process of squaring up the mandala that you have up till now. As you can see, so we're going to start here and then work all of these rows and rounds. So at the end of this part you're not going to have a circle anymore, but you're going to have a square. Let's get started. Round 45, where we're going to start this round is 25 stitches before the chain 2 space from the previous part. So here's that chain 2 space, and just count 25 stitches forward, so before that space. Now I've just put a marker here to make it easier, but just count back 25 stitches, and then here's where the marker is. That's where we're going to start. So here in the marked stitch, I'm just going to start with a standing single crochet. So, okay. In that stitch, a standing single crochet. In the next 3 stitches, another single. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 in total. A half double in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A double in the next 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just need a bit more yarn. Then a treble in the next 12 stitches. That'll bring you to the corner. So yarn over twice. So this is 1, 2, 12 trebles, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I make it jump in the video, but I think I'll just sing this one out with you. 6, and this is 7. Yeah, that's what I mean. I needed yarn, but I've got a bit of a yarn barf thing happening here. There we go. I need a few more, I think, but I just need to do a stitch count in the moment. And then this is the last one, and then that should be 12. So let me just go back and count that. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 12 trebles. Always good when they work out exactly. In the chain 2 space, going to work a treble, chain 2, and a treble. So that's your new corner. So yarn over twice. In that space here, treble, chain 2, and treble. So that's your corner. Now we're going to come the other way and basically repeat what we just did, but in reverse order. But what's important, first thing, is to skip the next stitch. So this stitch here, we're going to skip that stitch and then come to the stitch after, and then work 12 trebles. So skipping that stitch, come to the next. So that's 1, going to work 12 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and my yarn barf is getting itself knotted again, but I'll pull it apart when I've finished this row with you. And I'm of course not counting, and that means I'll have to go back and just count them in a moment, because I just need 12 trebles. Like I say, sometimes I make it jump in the video, but I'm just going to go with the flow with this one. I'll work it with you. And it's nicely knotted up here. You see, it's getting worse and worse. See, big yarn barf. It happens every once in a while. So where am I on the count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 2 more. 11 and 12. So there we go. So I've done 12 trebles. Double in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 doubles. Now half doubles 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then singles 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. At this point you can cut your yarn. I don't have my scissors with you, so I'll just do that in a moment. Cut your yarn and fasten off, and then that completes row 45. Round 46, we're again going to start in the stitches on round 44, so those are the white stitches here. This is where we start round 45. Now just count 10 stitches before that, so I've already put a marker there. That's where we're going to start. So 10 stitches before, this is where we started the previous round, so just 10 stitches before. In this position here, I'm going to start with a standing single crochet, so in that marked position. In the next 4 stitches also work a single. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 5 stitches get a half double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're now going to come up and continue on the stitches we worked in the previous row, so round 45. Now that first stitch here, that's that standing stitch, this one gets a single crochet. So in the, let me just put the yarn tail to the back. There. After this first single, we're now going to work back post stitches. I'm going to work a back post half double on the next 5. So I'm going to yarn over. So around the next stitch. Now important, this is your next stitch, so the post we're going to work around is that post there. This is the next stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back post half doubles, followed by 10 back post doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 back post doubles, and now to finish this stretch, 10 back post trebles. So yarn over twice, 1, 2, 3 times yarn over, so that's 1, 2, I'm going to do 10 back post trebles, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 8, 9, and 10, and that should bring you to the chain 2 space. Then in the chain 2 space, you're going to work in your corner, so it's a treble, chain 2, and a treble. Yarn over twice, so that's a treble, chain 2, and a treble. We're now going to come down and repeat what we did coming up, but in reverse order. So we start with the back post treble in the next 10 stitches. So yarn over, and here's your first one, so that's once it's immediately the post after the chain space. So that's 1, and I'm going to make a jump in the video. Just 2, and when I've worked 10, I'll see you back. So I've worked 10 back post trebles. Now we're going to do 10 back post doubles. That's 1, and this way we're really building up the corner, because we have to go from a circle to a square. So we're making longer stitches towards the corner to really fill up the corner space. Just going to work 10 back post doubles, going a little faster. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need 2 more. So 10 back post doubles. The next 5 stitches, a back post half double. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At this point you should have 1 stitch left here, that last stitch gets a single crochet. We're now going to move down and continue working in the stitches from round 44. A half double on the next 5 stitches. Now you see here that stitch already worked, so we're going to come to the first available stitch. There's this one here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we finish this row with 5 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At this point you can cut your yarn, and I'm just going to make a small knot here. That's just, you don't have to, but that's just in this case because it really helps to just secure my yarn. That completes round 46. Round 47, I've again marked 10 stitches before where we started last time. So here's the starting point for round 46. So then it's 10 stitches forward. That's where we're going to start. And again a new color yarn on my hook, and we start with a standing single crochet in that stitch. So this is 10 stitches before the last time. That's 1 single, and then we follow by 4 more singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 5 singles altogether. And then 5 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're now going to come up and continue on the stitches from the previous round. So here, these stitches on round 46. A single crochet in the next 2. So the first one here is on this first standing stitch. So 1 single, and also on the next 2. Now I'm going to start a small repeat unit. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skipping 3 stitches. Then in the 4th stitch work a 3 double crochet cluster. That's in essence 3 doubles worked together. So yarn over, skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then here double crochet 3 together. So that's a cluster stitch. 1, 2, 3, and then take them off. So this was one little repeat. Going to do this 4 times. So that was 1. So 1, 2, 3, chain. Then skip 1, 2, 3 stitches. And then a cluster stitch. A 3 double crochet cluster stitch. There was a repeat twice. 1, 2, 3 chains. And then we work another cluster stitch. So 1, 2, 3 skip. 1, 2, 3. Complete the stitch. And then again chain 3. 1, 2, 3 skip, and work the 4th double crochet cluster stitch. And complete the stitch. So now you've done the repeat 4 times. I'm going to do a similar repeat, but now not with a double crochet but with a treble stitch. So I'm going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skipping 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and here work a treble cluster, 3 treble cluster. So this is a treble 3 together. And then take them off. So that was 1. I'm going to do this repeat 4 times. So that's 1, again a chain 3, yarn over twice for the cluster stitch, skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and that's 1, 2, 3. So that was a repeat 2 times. Need to do 2 more. So 1, 2, 3, skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then again 3 legs on the cluster stitch. So it's all sets of 3, again a chain 3. So this is the 1, 2, 3 skip, and this is the last cluster stitch before the corner. And again take them all off. So now you've done 1, 2, 3, 4 times the repeat on the treble clusters. Almost to the corner, I'm going to do a chain 3. So you see here's the corner stitch. I'm going to do a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now you should have 3 stitches left before the chain space. You're going to skip those 3 stitches. Then in the chain space work a 3 treble cluster. So it's yarn over twice. 1, 2, 3. Chain 8. So this is going to be a very large corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain stitches, and now in the same space work another 3 treble cluster. 1, 2, 3, and take them off. So that was the corner. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're now going to come down and work very similar to what we did up. We're going to work down. So first, it's important here is we're going to skip 4 stitches and then work the treble cluster, so the 3 treble cluster. So it's important skipping 4 stitches. Yarn over already. So 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches skip, and then come to stitch number 5 and work a treble cluster, a 3 treble cluster. 2, 3. So it's important you've skipped 4 stitches there. And now we do that repeat again. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skipping 3 stitches, work a 3 treble cluster. So yarn over twice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Take them off. So now you've done the repeat once. Going to do 2 more. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that was the repeat twice. So starting here, that was the repeat twice. And then a 3rd time is chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over twice for the last treble cluster, skipping 3 stitches, 2, 3. There we go. Now we need to do the double crochet clusters. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skipping 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and here goes a double crochet cluster, 3 double crochet cluster. I'm going to do 4 of these, so it's the same as when we came back up. That's 1, chain 3. Just need to move the blanket a bit because it's getting larger, slowly but surely. So 1, 2, 3, skip, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, chain, skipping again 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. So now you've got one more to do. We're almost towards the end here. Skipping 3 stitches, and then a 3 double crochet cluster. There we go. So now I've got 4 of those double crochet clusters. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skipping 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. On the last stitch here you work 1 single crochet, and you'll notice this is different from the coming back up. That's correct, so there's some asymmetry happening here. Our last stitches, we're going to work on the stitches from round 44, so a half double on the next 5. So this is just stitches worked, so you come to the stitch after, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we finish with 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point you can cut your yarn, and so I'm just again going to put a little knot in here. You don't have to, but that just secures everything properly. That completes round 47. So the 3 rounds that we just worked, that was on one corner. Repeat this on your other 3 corners as well. So this is one. So for example here I've also worked it on the next corner, and you're going to do that on all 4 your corners. So repeat these rounds on all 4 your corners, and when you're finished you're going to have a number of stitches here in between. There are 20 stitches left unworked here from round 44, so that's just a double check for you that you have 20 stitches left there. And when you've done all 4 your corners, we're ready to continue with round 48. So round 48, so you've just done all those corners, and where we're going to start is on any one of the corners. So the first single crochet on one of these corner stitches from the previous round. So you see there's the large corner space, so just come right here to the beginning on that first stitch there. I'm going to start with a standing single crochet on that stitch. There. So a standing single crochet on that stitch. I'll just zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to continue and work 11 more singles. So this is also the start of the repeat. So 11 more singles. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So now you've got 12 singles in total, and next up here should be a chain space. So 12 singles in total. Now we're going to start a small repeat unit that we're going to be working around the cluster stitches and in the chain spaces. In the chain space, work 3 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then around the cluster stitch work a front post single. That basically means just scooping the single crochet and then or the cluster stitch and just scooping it and pinching that stitch together to work the single. So this you're going to do 9 times. This was once. I'll show you again twice. So that's just 3 singles in the chain space and then a front post single around the cluster stitch. That was twice. I'll show you once more and then I'll do a jump in the video. So 3 singles and then scooping it around the cluster stitch. Just kind of pinch it together. That was 3 times. Do 6 more and then I'll see you back. I've almost done the repeat 9 times. I've done it 8 and a bit, so I've got 3 singles here in the chain space, and this is the chain 8 corner. And here around this cluster stitch, work the last front post single. There. Now I've done this repeat on all of these cluster stitches. Next up here is the chain 8 space. We're actually going to skip this chain 8 space and work again chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So skipping this stitch, come to the next cluster stitch, which is going to be the start of the next repeat unit, in which we're going to be doing the same as we did coming up. So work a front post single around this cluster stitch. And then in the chain 3 space, work 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. And repeat this again 9 times. So front post single, and then 1, 2, 3. So I've just done twice. Do this 7 more times and then you'll be at the last chain space. So I've now worked all of those repeats, and now you're here at these stitches again. All of these get a single crochet. That's 11 singles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 single crochets. We're now going to work on this stretch of stitches here from round 44, so that's between the corners that we've worked up to now. These 20 stitches, they get a half double on each, so 20 half doubles. So there, that's the first one. You're going to work a half double on each of these, and so this is so from this round on we're again going to work full rounds. So we've just used a few rounds to fill up the corner a little bit. And I'm just going to make a quick jump here because these 20 half doubles. I'm just going to look a little faster because half doubles are actually one of my favorite stitches because they just go so fast. I find the half double goes faster than even than the single, because somehow it just feels like a very easy and flowing stitch. So almost to the other side. Now, so you've double checked and you know that there are 20 stitches here, so you can just work all 20 of them. There we go, so 20 half doubles there in between. And now you're at the next corner, and now you're going to come up and continue here, and this first one of course gets a single. And this single is actually the very same stitch that we started with all around before. So here, where is it? There, that standing stitch there. This is the same stitch. So now you can continue with the next repeat. We're just working all those singles right up to the chain space here and then the front post. Well, everything you've just done, repeat that basically 3 more times. And here after you've worked, where is the beginning? Where is it? Here after you've worked your last stretch of half doubles here, close on your first standing single crochet that stitch with a slip stitch, and then leave your yarn attached for the next round. Round 49, currently in the first stitch of the previous round with a slip stitch, and we're going to continue with the same color. Chain 1. Now we can immediately start the repeat. Going to start by working 10 single crochets. Now the first is of course in the stitch where we're currently in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 single crochets. Work 2 half doubles. 1 and 2. We're now going to start a small repeat unit that you're going to do 9 times. Going to skip 3 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and then the next stitch we're going to be in is the front post stitch around the bobble stitch here. Around the cluster stitch, we're going to work a V stitch in there. So skipping those 1, 2, 3 stitches, in this stitch work a double, chain 2 and a double. That's a V stitch. So a double, chain 2 and a double in the same stitch. And this we're going to repeat right up to the chain corner space. So this was 1, it's going to do 8 more. So skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, then here in the front post stitch work a V. So that's a double, chain 2 and a double. So I've now done this twice. Do this 6 more times, 7 more times even, and then I'll see you at the chain 8 corner space. So I've worked all those V stitches, 1 on every front post single, and you've got 9 of them, and then you're now at the chain 8 corner space. Now in here we're going to work 3 treble popcorns with chain 1s in between, and we're going to work over both of these chain spaces at the same time. So we're going to do a chain 1. Now over both of these work a treble popcorn. So yarn over twice for the treble popcorn, and now you're going to work 5 trebles. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 trebles. So we've worked over both chain spaces, and then come back to the first treble and complete the popcorn stitch. Chain 1 to complete the popcorn, and then another chain 1 between the popcorns. And now we're going to do another treble popcorn, so yarn over twice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trebles. Again, come to the first stitch and complete the popcorn as we normally do. Chain 1 and again a chain 1 between the popcorns and one last popcorn in this chain space. Yarn over twice. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 trebles in the chain space. Come back to the first stitch, complete the popcorn, chain 1 for the popcorn, and again a chain 1 between stitches. So now I've got 3 popcorn stitches in that, well, actually in both chain spaces. We're now going to work V-stitches on the front post singles again. So here's the first one. Gets a front post single. Okay, actually I'm not in the stitch properly. In that front post single, we'll make a V-stitch, so it's a double, chain 2, and a double. And then we're going to skip these 3 singles in between and come to the next front post, and we'll work a V-stitch on there. And repeat this until you're right to the end of the V of all these front post stitches. So repeat this 7 more times, and then I'll see you when you're back here. Worked all the V stitches right here along the edge. Then you've got 3 more stitches. You're going to skip those, and then we're going to work 2 half doubles. So 1, 2, 3 skip, and this one here gets a half double. So skipping 3 stitches there. That's 1 and 2, because you're going to do 2 half doubles. And now a single crochet on the next 29 stitches. And that will bring you to the place where we started, the first corner. I've worked 29 stitches. I'll see you back when I've got 29. I have 29 single crochets here, and this is now the point where you're going to start with the next repeat. So this means 10 single crochets, then skipping those 3 stitches and work the V-stitch. Well, continue with this all the way around. So you've just worked 1 full corner, do 3 more. When you get back to your first stitch, that's going to be the equivalent of this stitch here. When you get back to that stitch, close with a slip stitch, and you can also fasten off. Round 50. You're going to start in the first half double after any set of V-stitches. So you've got here the corner with the treble popcorns, and then you've got the V-stitches, and then that first half double after those V-stitches. Start with the standing half double. So here's the first stitch with a standing half double. Now continue and work 42 2 more half doubles. That will bring you to the other side of the V with the V stitches. So I'm going to make a jump in the video. So I'm going to work 42 half doubles, which will have 43 in total, of course, with the standing stitch. I'm going to make a jump in the video, so a half double on every stitch until you get to the other side where you'll have those V stitches again. I've worked 42 half doubles plus the first standing one is 43, so I've worked all of those, and now you're here at the other side where you've got these V stitches. Now in all of these V stitches we're going to work a popcorn with a chain 3 in between. So I'm going to do the repeat 9 times. That's chain 3, 2, 3, then come to the chain 2 space of the V stitch and work a popcorn in there. So that means I'm going to work 5 doubles in that chain 2 space. 3, 4, 5 doubles, opening up the stitch, come to the first double, close the popcorn and finish it with a chain 1. And this you're going to do 9 times, so we need to do 8 more. So that means chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the next chain 2 space of the next V stitch make a popcorn. Now I'm going to make a jump in the video again. I'll just finish this popcorn for the repeat. Then you'll do 7 more of these, and then you'll be at the corner where you've got those treble popcorns. I'll just show you what to do with those. Chain 1 to complete the popcorn. So do this chain 3 in the popcorn 7 more times. So I've done all the popcorns in the V stitches, all of them, and chain 3 spaces in between, and now you're here at the corner where you've got these 3 treble popcorns. What we're going to do is going to work a treble popcorn in the chain 1 space, so that's one there, 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 and there. So in those chain 1 space, going to work a treble popcorn with chain 2s in between. So that means chain 2, and then in this first space here work the first treble popcorn, so yarn over twice. That means 5 trebles in that space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trebles, and then again open up the stitch and complete the treble popcorn with the chain 1. Now, okay, and this is going to repeat on all of these spaces. I'll show you once more, and then you'll do the last 2 without me. So that means chain 2, yarn over twice, and we come to the next chain 1 space here. So that's between the popcorns, and it's 1. We work 5 trebles in that space. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we open up the stitch again to complete the popcorn. And chain 1. So now done the repeat twice, do this 2 more times, so chain 2, then a treble popcorn in this space, a treble popcorn in this space, and 1 in this space, and then I'll see you back. So now I've worked all 4 of those treble popcorns with chain 3 or chain 2s in between. We're now going to come down and on this edge work a popcorn in every V stitch, just like we did on the edge coming up, and again chain 3s in between. first a chain 2, and now we're ready to start the repeat. I'll show you the repeat once and then you can do 8 more without me. In the chain 2 space of the V-stitch, work a popcorn. So that means in here work 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open up the stitch. Complete the popcorn. Chain 1. So that's your first popcorn, and now in between the popcorns there's again a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this was the first repeat. Do this 8 more times. So in the next V-stitch you'll of course start with the next popcorn. Now repeat this right until you've got to the last V-stitch here, and then I'll see you back. And to the end of all the V-stitches, see this edge, I've just worked the last popcorn, but I still need to do a chain 3 to complete the last repeat. There we go. And now we're ready to start with half doubles again. You have to work a half double on this first stitch here, and this half double is the same one as the standing half double we started this round with. So that means now it's again 42 half doubles, so you've got 43 in total, which will bring you to the other side. Now do this repeat 3 more times, and when you get back to the first stitch, close there with a slip stitch, and then you can also fasten off. Round 51, you have here the corner and all the popcorns, and then you have here the first, you have the stretch of half doubles. I'm going to start on the second half double with a standing double crochet. On that second stitch, standing double. And I'll continue and work a double on the next 41 stitches. That will bring you to the other side, to where you have the popcorns. So I'll make you jump in the video. So continue and do 41 doubles. Then you'll have 42 in total, of course, with the standing stitch. So I've just done 41 extra doubles after the standing stitch, and then you're here at the first chain space. Now we're going to start the repeat. In the chain space, work 2 half doubles. 1 and 2. Now for a small repeat within the larger corner repeat, work a front post single around the popcorn and then 3 singles in the chain space. So this one here gets a front post single and then 3 singles in the chain space. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do this 8 times in total. This was the first one. So the second one again I'll show you, and then I'll do a jump in the video again. Front post single and then 3, 1, 2, 3 in the chain space. Do this 6 more times. Just arrived at the larger corner stitch. I've done that repeat 8 times. And around the next popcorn, and a front post single crochet. Now here I have these chain spaces with the treble popcorns in between. The next space, this chain 2 space, 1 single crochet around the front post treble, a front post single. So a front post single around the treble popcorn. another single, and another front post single around the next popcorn. Now you're exactly in the middle. That's where you should be now. And we're going to make a corner stitch here. So in that chain space, a half double, chain 2, and a half double. Half double, chain 2, and a half double. So this here is your new corner stitch. We're now going to come down and repeat what we did coming up. So in the around the popcorn, a front post single, one single in the chain space, and repeat again, a front post single and one in the chain space. We're now here at the regular popcorns again. I'm going to do this little repeat again 8 times. So that means a front post single around the popcorn and then 3 singles here in the chain space. So front post single and then 3 singles in the chain space. 1, 2, 3. It was once. Going to do that 7 more times. So the next one here, front post single and then 3 in the chain space. 1, 2, 3 singles. That was 2 times. Do 6 more. Then the repeat 8 times. You have 1 popcorn left and a chain space. Popcorn gets a front post single, which means scooping the popcorn. There we go. And the chain space, make 2 half doubles in there. 1 and 2. We're now going to skip the next stitch. There's this stitch here. Going to skip that and come to the stitch after, and that's going to be the first of 42 half doubles. We skip this stitch and here continue with a half double, with a double. This one, going to work 42 of them, and that will bring you to the other side of this stretch, and you'll get to the next series of chain spaces and popcorns. I'm going to make a jump in the video, so continue and do 42 doubles on all these half doubles. So I've just done all of those doubles, all 42 of them, and now you're again at the same point where we were before. So here you're going to work into the chain spaces, work the front posts around the popcorns, and then you'll get event to the next corner, which you're going to work here. So everything we just did, repeat that 3 more times, and then of course when you get to your first standing double, which is this stitch here, after you've worked those last half doubles here, you're going to skip this stitch. In that first half standing double, close there with a slip stitch and leave your yarn attached. Round 52, I'm going to continue with the same color yarn, chain 1, then in this first stitch, the stitch you're currently in, do a half double, and now a half double in the next 42 stitches, so that's 43 in total. So a half double in the next 42 stitches. 42, there we go, 42 half doubles. So starting right there, we had the first one and then 42. Now we're also going to start the repeat, and the repeat starts with 30 doubles. So on most of these stitches here, right until get into the vicinity of the corner, but not completely, but we're going to work 30 doubles. So on the next stitch, the first 1, 2, 3, so work 30 double crochets, double number 30. There you go, 30 double crochets. And now on the next 9 stitches, and that will bring you to the chain 2 corner space, going to work a treble. That's yarn over twice, and that's the first treble, so that's 1, and this is 2, 3, 9. 9 trebles. There we go, 9 trebles. Now we're at the chain 2 corner space, and here we work a new corner. That's going to be 2 trebles, chain 2, and 2 trebles in that same space. So that's 2 trebles, chain 2, and 2 more trebles. 1 and 2. So that's your new corner stitch. And to come down and more or less repeat what we did coming up to the corner. But the difference is we're going to skip the next stitch. So that little stitch there, going to skip that stitch and come to the second. Now work a treble, and that's going to be the first of 8. So we skip this one, come here, that's the front post single, in that stitch. There, that's the first treble, that's the first of 8. So that's 1, this is 2, 3, and here we go, 8 trebles. Continue with 30 doubles. So on the next 30 stitches you work a double. So that's 1. This is again quite a stretch. We're slowly getting towards the end of the first square. I'm going to continue until I have 30 of these doubles. 30 doubles here from the treble which started there somewhere, and we finish the first repeat with a half double in the next 44 stitches. So it's 1 and continue a half double in 44 stitches, and the last one here is 44. There we go, 44 half doubles. And now we're here at the point where we start with the next repeat. So again, 30 doubles and then the trebles and the corner. So everything we've just done, repeat this 3 more times, and then when you get back to the first stitch, which I can't find right now, close with an invisible join, and then you can fasten off. Round 53. Going to start on any chain 2 corner space, and we start with a standing double. The corner is 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. So 1, 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles in the same space. 1 and 2. So that's your new corner made. We're now going to work a back post double on every stitch, and that all the way round. So work a back post double. When you get to the corner, work your new corner, which is 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles in the corner space. And when you get back to the first stitch, close here with a slip stitch, and then you can also fasten off. When you've completed that last round, you've also completed part 4. At this point I want to suggest that you block your work. That means you can see you can really stretch your work until get it into a square, and then block it that way. So that's really a square before you continue, because you can see how easy I can already pull this into shape, and that will then just help to make your work yeah, more square, because it'll help to square it up later on as well if it's already in the right shape. So block your work, and then when it's dry, we're ready for the next part. I hope to see you then. Thank you for watching. Until the next part.